Good morning, all. Today we are going to see the experiment number 14 to study the effect of mydriatics on rabbit cornea. The main intention is that to see how this mydriatics produces action. What is its exactly mechanism of action that it dilates the pupil. So that we are going to see with this experiment. So let's start it with MSBT CD. The aim of this experiment is to study the effect of mydriatics and meiotics on rabbit's
Aim
eye.
of this experiment is effect of mydriatics and myotics on rabbit's eye. Objectives of this experiment are to understand the phenomenon of mydriasis and meiosis, to understand the phenomenon of cycloplagia and photophobia, to understand the phenomenon of paralysis of accommodation.
So this is the main object of today's experiment. With this object, we are starting with what do you mean by mydriasis? What do you mean by meiosis? In what manner this mydriasis produces? In what manner meiosis is produces? And what happen when there is a mydriasis? Whenever there is excessive mydriasis, we had some condition. That condition we are going to see. So that is the thing that we are going to see. Next point that we are going to observe is to understand the phenomena of cycloplagia and photophobia. Now this is one of the very wonderful concept, very important and very interesting concept. Photophobia. Suffix is ia, that is nothing but a condition. Suffix is ia, that is nothing but condition. And that is one another next one thing is photo. So what do you mean by the photo? Photo is nothing but light. So it's an uh, terminology that use. So for the light, Latin term photo is used for the light. So light. Phobia, again the phobia is nothing but fear. So when this fear of light comes, what is the exact reason that this patient is having a fear of light? So that is called as a photophobia. Next thing is that understanding the phenomena of paralysis of accommodation. So what happened in what condition such type of what condition in what condition such type of terminologies are used, that is a photophobia, cycloplagia, spasm of accommodation, likewise that we could use. So next one is what is the requirement for this experiment is here the animal we are going to use is a rabbit. Animal we are going to use is a rabbit. Second, which drugs we are going to prefer? Here the drug we used is a pilocarpine 4% and cyclopentolate 1%. And which instruments are required? Equipments are required for today's experiment. First is the rabbit holder. To hold the rabbit for throughout the conducting of experiment, it is necessary that we should have a rabbit holder. Second one is the paint torch, a simple torch, but it's as good as like a paint. So it's a paint torch. Next one is a cotton slab, scissor, eyelashes to cut the eyelashes, and transparent scale which is required to measure the dilation of the pupil and all the things, and to instill the drugs or drop into the eye we need a dropper. So this is the requirement. So as per this requirement we are going to conduct the experiment. So let's start with an experiment. What is
The
this?
circular, colored moving disc of eye is called iris. It is present in between cornea and lens. Pupil is the central aperture of iris. The pupil regulates amount of light entering inside the eye. Its size is controlled by two small smooth muscle fibers, namely circular muscle fibers and radial muscle fibers.
So this is what the very interesting and very nice concept already we have studied in theory. So what is this? That in what manner this eye is working, how does it work, and all the things that we had seen here. So this is what it's in a structure of the eye. It is required for this structure is important for exam point of view. So this is a structure of eye, particularly few parameters we are going to see here. And the first thing is in the cornea. So what is the cornea? This is the outermost part that we call as cornea. Second one is the middle part of this iris that we called as a pupil, and the light is entering through this pupil, which is get regulated by the cornea, which is get regulated by the pupil, and last one where this all images and information is get collected and converted to brain language that we call as a retina. So this is what this most important thing that we required for our today's experiment. Now the next one is that what are the major basic concepts here. So what do you mean by the iris? The iris, that is nothing but it's a circular colored moving disc of the eye is called as iris. Regarding iris, already we have discussed in the drugs acting on eye, so you can prefer this point for the introduction, basic concept related to eye. So we will get more clear about this iris. It is a present between the cornea and lens. It is true that this is in a brownish color that we call as an iris, which is a present between this lens and this cornea. So this the central aperture of this iris that we call as pupil, which regulates the amount of light to be entered in the eye. So the state which is get controlled by the state is get controlled by the two important muscles. That muscles are called as majorly that muscles are called as one is called as this is what one is called as uh, circular muscle and another one is called as a radial muscle. So these are the two important muscles that are get controlled by the some important nervous system that we are going to see in next point. And this diagram is very important for exam point of view. So you just draw it and you just try to remember the name of the parts of the eye. So the next one is that
The parasympathetic and sympathetic nerves regulate the pupil size or diameter. Circular muscle is innervated by parasympathetic nerves and radial muscle by sympathetic nerves. In bright light, circular muscle of iris contract due to stimulation of parasympathetic nerves and pupil size decreases. In dim light, radial muscles of iris contract due to stimulation by sympathetic nerves and leads to increase in pupil size. Increase in pupil size is called mydriasis and decrease in pupil size is called miosis.
this is one of the very important and very interesting information. So first we will observe this pupil. So this is the normal. This is the normal. Just a moment. Yes, this is the normal size of the pupil. Whenever we have a normal light, whenever we are exposed to the normal light, the pupil size is in this manner. And when we shifted to the dim light or bright light, the size of the pupil is get changed. When we expose the dim light, it is a must that the sufficient quantity of light should get enter in the eye. That's why we could able to see the images. We could able to see the scene. So it is necessary that sufficient quantity of light should get entered in the eye. So for that purpose, in this case particularly, this pupil size is get dilated in dim light. Against the dim light, if you see in bright light, as we get exposed to the bright light, it is necessary to avoid the internal damage of the eye. It is must that pupil side get constricted. Pupil side should get constricted. So in bright light, we should get remember that these two important concepts. When bright light is there, pupil side should be the constricted. And whenever the dim light is there, at that time, the pupil side is get dilated. So dilation of the pupil and constriction of the pupil, these are the two situations, these are the two parameters which could be preferred in specific condition. One bright light, people should get constricted. Whenever dim light, people should get dilated. But when this concept comes about the dilation of the pupil and constriction of pupil, at that time it is necessary. It is one more very important thing is that how does it get performed? How does it get performed? So this process, this phenomena is get controlled by two important muscles. Two important muscles. One is called as a circular muscle. Second is called as a radial muscle. These are the two important muscles which are get perform constriction of pupil and dilation of pupil. How they perform this action? Their action. So they perform their action with the help of one nervous system that we call as autonomic nervous system. So with the help of autonomic system, because it's an autonomic system, Whenever there is a dim light, it is not necessary. It could ask us and then dilate the pupil. Whenever there is a bright light, it is not necessary that it could ask us, take a permission, and then it will get constrict the pupil. It is not like that. It's an autonomous. That's why it is get controlled by the autonomic nervous system. So as per that autonomic nervous system, this sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves are get innervated to these two important muscles. In this case, particularly parasympathetic nervous system is get connected to the circular muscle. Parasympathetic nerve get connected to the circular muscle, and circular muscle, whenever the contraction of circular muscle, there is definitely a constriction of the pupil. So for the constriction of pupil, which type of muscles are required? So circular muscles are required. So how circular muscle produces its a contraction effect? Circular muscle need uh, action of or need order of parasympathetic nervous system. So parasympathetic nervous system gives information to the circular muscle. Circular muscle produces its action, that is the constriction of the pupil, that we call as a meiosis. This is one point. Another, whenever there is an so one is a circular muscle, one is parasympathetic muscle. So two nervous systems, system are there. One is sympathetic, second is the parasympathetic. So parasympathetic, from that parasympathetic is get connected with the circular muscle, and remaining one, that is called a sympathetic. So sympathetic is connected with another muscle. That muscle is called as a radial muscle. That another called as a radial muscle. So these are this radius as good as a radius. These are radial muscle. So whenever this sympathetic nerve is get connected to the radial muscle get contracts and the pupils are get dilated. So in this slide, what we are going to see, it is the most important thing. Key constriction and dilation of pupil is get performed by the two important muscle. One is called a circular muscle, another called as a radial muscle. Circular muscle is get innervated by the parasympathetic nervous system, and radial muscle is get innervated by sympathetic nervous system. So whenever there is a dim light, at that time sympathetic nervous system is get stimulated, radial muscles are get constricted, and pupils is get dilated in dim light. Against it, whenever there is a bright light, at that time parasympathetic nervous system is get stimulated, there is a constriction of circular muscle. Due to constriction of circular muscle, pupil sizes get reduced. So this is the phenomena. So the dilation of pupil is called mydriasis, and constriction of pupil is called as meiosis. So this is the concept that we have seen in this slide. So next slide is related to
Drugs which increase pupil size are called mydriatics. Because of mydriasis, an individual can see objects which are far away but fails to observe objects which are nearer. This inability is called cycloplegia. Because of cycloplegia, person fails to respond to bright light. This inability to respond to bright light is called photophobia. Drugs which decrease pupil size are called miotics. Because of meiosis, an individual can see the objects which are nearer but fails to observe objects which are far away. This inability produced is called paralysis of accommodation or spasm of accommodation.
yes. So this is what the exactly happened. What will happen when we instill a drug which produces its action as a mydriasis, as a meiosis? What will happen? What will happen, or what could be the situation when these drugs are get when the pupils are get dilated? What will happen when the pupil sizes get constricted? Now let's see. This is what the first thing, that we use the drug that we call as a mydriasis. What will happen? So the drug which increases the pupil size are called as a mydriasis. And what happened because of the mydriasis? Because of the mydriasis means what? Normally, what happens whenever we are trying to see the object which is far away, some our body's eye is trying to maintain the focal length and try to observe the far away object. Whenever you want to see the object which is a nearer one, then again our focal length is get auto adjusted and we are trying to see the object which is a near one. So it's an autofocusing method by which we can see the object which is a far away and which is a very nearer one. So it's a very simple thing, that is an autofocus, because simultaneously, automatically, this sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system and all the parameters are working, and the patient or the person is able to see the object which is a far or near away. What happened when we are using a specific agent? What that specific agent does, this specific agent does this try to maintain only one condition. Suppose we took one thing, that is a mydriasis. When we administer the drug, which is a mydriatic in action, it produces the pupil dilate. It increases the pupil size. That is, the pupil size is increases. So because of that drug, now the pupil size is getting increases. So even though we are even though we want to constrict the pupil, we can't. Why? Because the drug is available there, and due to availability of the drug, we are not able to constrict the pupil. That pupil will remain as it is there only, as it is remain in a dilated phase. And due to remaining as a dilated phase, it produces some conditions like here. Because of mydriasis, an individual can see the object which is a far away, but fails to see the object which is a nearer one. So whenever we are trying to see the object which is a far away, we are trying to observe the things. डोळे फाडून बघतो likewise. So it's enough for remembering. We are trying to remember. डोळे फाडून बघतो, डोळे मोठे लांबचं बघायचं आपल्याला. So we are trying to see the object which is a far away whenever there is a pupil size is dilated. Now we are able to see the object which is a far away. But normally what happens, whenever we are trying to see the object which is a nearer one, at that time again the pupil size should get constricted, and due to that we can see the object which is a nearer one. You might have seen one thing. Let's see one example. You might see some cameras, so Canon or any other model camera, that we are trying to adjust the lens. We are trying to adjust the lens which is far away. We are trying to adjust the lens which is far away. Let's see one example with a camera. Suppose, as you might everyone knows, this is a camera. So whenever we are trying to see the object which is far away, we are trying to maintain this by this lens. We are trying to maintain this lens. So because we want to catch the image which is far away. So for that purpose, we are using, or we are just adjusting this image. We are just trying to adjusting image with the help of this lens. So we can see the object which is far away. But if we use the same adjustment, if we use the same thing for the nearer one, then we could get the image which is a blurred one. We are not getting the proper image. So for that purpose, what we want to do, again we need to adjust the lens so that that image should get a clear. The same phenomena is there. Whenever we want to catch the object nearer one, again the lens against our eye should get constrict one, because the focal length is get changed. Now for the constriction, after the constriction, again the focal length is get maintained, and we are trying to see the object which is near one. But this is not happen. This is not observed. This is not happen with this specifically mydriasis. What happened in mydriasis? What happened in mydriasis? Due to this mydriasis, this length is get adjusted in such a way that we could see the object which is far away. But it is not easy to adjust to see the effect which is a nearer one. It is quite difficult to see the object which is a nearer. So for that purpose, it is necessary, because if we want to adjust this focal length, we need to readjust the lens size. So readjusting the lens size is nothing but what? Readjusting the lens size, that is nothing but we are adjusting the focal length so we can see the object which is nearer one. But here in this case, what happened? We can see the object which is far away because the pupil size is now in dilated phase, and due to that, patient unable to see the object which is a nearer one, because drug is not allowed to constrict. Even though it tried to constrict, this drug is tried to maintain it. Drug it doesn't allow. And as the pupils are get dilated, and when we can see to the bright light, at that time what happened? Large or high quantity, large amount of light is get entered into the eye. which is not get tolerated by us. That's why we are just trying to closing that. We are just trying to closing it. Why? Because of dilation of pupil. Pupil should get automatically adjust, but here it is not adjusting due to the drug. Then we are trying to avoid the bright light. Why? Because of that light, we are not able to tolerate it. Bright light. So that condition, phobia, that is I am trying to avoid. I am trying to go away from that light. That called as a phobia about light. That word is called as photophobia. So this is nothing but what the photophobia, and this photophobia is due to only because of the mydriatic. Whenever the light is in bright and whenever the pupil size is dilated, in that case we can we can't control that, we call as a photophobia. So this is what nothing but the photophobia. This is the thing when we use a drug which is a mydriatic. Another one, when we use a constrictor, pupil constrictor, that we call as miotic, when it decreases the pupil size. And because of the pupil size, definitely now it's opposite. We can see the object which is nearer, but we can't see the object which is far away, which is in a far away. And this inability is called as a paralysis of accommodation. That we call as paralysis of accommodation. So due to the miosis, the patient is able to see object which is a nearer one, and due to mydriasis, patient can able to see the object which is a far away. So this diagram is also important for the exam point of view. It is also very important. Try to draw this diagram, which is very important, and it's get the clear idea about the far away image and near away. Here the image, it's shown that itself indicating that we can see the object which is a nearer one. Itself indicate which is the image which is a far away. So this is what. Now the next point is that now actually we are going to conduct how this particularly experiment could conduct. So let's see how it is to be conducted.
To study effect of mydriatic and miotic on rabbit's eye, select an adult and healthy rabbit of either sex. Place it in a rabbit holder properly. Cut the eyelashes and whiskers of the eye of the rabbit with a sharp scissor. Check the corneal reflex, light reflex in right eye of the rabbit. Touch the cornea of rabbit's eye with cotton wick. The rabbit blinks the eye. It means that the corneal reflex is present in the right eye. Focus the right eye with a beam of light from a paint torch and observe the blinking of eye. It means light reflex is present too. Measure the size of the pupil with a scale. Repeat the same observations in left eye of the rabbit. Thereafter, treat the right eye of the rabbit as the control eye and left eye as the test eye. Instill 2 to 3 drops of pilocarpine solution in the test eye of the rabbit. Apply slight pressure with finger on the medial canthus to avoid nasolacrimal drainage of the drug. Measure the pupil size in both the eyes at an interval of 15 minutes up to 1 hour. You will observe that the pupil size of the test eye decreases as compared to that of the control eye. Also note the unchanged pupil size in the control eye throughout the experiment, along with presence of corneal reflex and light reflex. Now observe the corneal reflex and light reflex in the test eye. You will notice that these reflexes remained unaffected. It means that the drug pilocarpine is miotic and doesn't affect other eye reflexes. For studying mydriatic effect, use the same animal after allowing a time gap of 24 hours to wear off the effect of earlier drug used. Instill 2 to 3 drops of cyclopentolate solution in the test eye. Apply slight pressure with finger on the medial canthus to avoid nasolacrimal drainage of the drug. Measure the pupil size in both the eyes at an interval of 15 minutes up to 1 hour. You will notice that the pupil size in the test eye increases as compared to that of the control eye. You will also observe that the light reflex is lost. This means that cyclopentolate is a mydriatic. You will confirm the mydriatic property of cyclopentolate by simultaneous observations on the control eye, which remains unaffected. Thus, we can say that parasympathomimetics show meiosis, whereas sympathomimetics and anticholinergics show mydriasis.
Yes. So this is what we actually see in this. Whatever we had seen, all these parameters we had seen with this demonstration, that in what manner the pupil is getting still, to study, in what manner this eye is get dilated, and how does it produce action, and how we could prove it, how we could prove it with the help of this experimental use. So definitely there are the things that first we choose this animal as a rabbit for conducting of this experiment. We will first check whether the both the eyes are having corneal reflex or not present, whether not yes or not. Light reflex as well as the corneal reflex we need to check. So how will you check the corneal reflex? With the help of cotton wig, we could apply a cotton wig on your eye cornea. If we touch this cotton wig to the cornea, then definitely the eye should get blink. As the eyes get blink, that is nothing but there is a positive corneal reflex. In the same manner, we could try to understand. We are trying to find the light reflex. So whenever the beam of light is get exposed to the eye, it should get close. So as that is nothing but what it has a positive corneal reflex. So first positive light reflex. So these two parameters first we need to check whether it has a corneal reflex or whether it has a right reflex. So once it is get checked, then next thing is that we need to check the its pupil size. Before installation of a drug, we should check normally what is the pupil size. And once we get checked it, then we need to add the, then we will go further, that is the addition of a drug. And after addition of drug, we could apply some pressure on medial canthus and then try to maintain the effect of the drug on locally, and then it produces its effect. And after that, we could see some very important, interesting effect in observation table. What is that? The first thing is that the drug is showing corneal reflex or not. First, this is a test eye. So with this test eye, try to see what is the effect of this drug on corneal reflex. So after installation of a drug, we see whether the corneal reflex is present or absent. So you can see here this. This is a corneal reflex with 0 minute. It's a positive. It is a present. After 15 minutes, we conducted. Still, this corneal reflex is present, and even after 30 minutes, if we see the corneal reflex is a positive. So this corneal reflex is remain as it is throughout the experiment, even though we instill the drug. Simultaneously, we are trying to check the light reflex also. So initially the light reflex is there. After installation of drug, after 15 minutes we checked it, it is a there, it is a positive light reflex, and after 30 minutes again there is a light reflex. So this both the corneal as well as the light reflex are there. But when we come at the pupil size, initially the pupil size is 5 mm. After 15 minutes, we observe that the pupil size is 4 mm. It is get reduced. After 30 minutes, even we have seen that is the pupil size is get reduced. That is nothing but what this drug is. This drug is a meiotic because it reduces pupil size from normal it to the below less, it reduces the pupil size. Normally it's a 5 and now at the 30 minutes, after 30 minutes pupil size is in a 3 mm. That is nothing but pupil size is get district pupil size is constrict. That pupil size constriction that we call as meiotic. That is nothing but what the meiotic, the drug which is used, the meiotic is having constriction in action, as well as these drugs are having positive corneal reflex as well as the positive light reflex. This is with the pilocarpine. Next drug, that is a parasympathetic drug. Next drug, when we used at that time, the pilocarpine shows meiotic action as well as there does not alter any other effects. Next drug, and after 24 hours, again we use the same animal and we treat the another drug. So that drug, when we instill that drug, again we apply some pressure on medial campus, and then here we could see some interesting result. What? At 0 minute the pupil size is 6 mm. After 15 minutes the pupil size is 7 mm. And after 30 minutes 9 mm. And now the pupil size is increased than it's a normal one. So 5, 6, 7 and now it's a 9 mm. That is nothing but pupil size is increased. That is definitely we can say that this drug is a mydriatic in action. Correct. Now we are going to see if the drug is a mydriatic, then what is its effect on corneal reflex. So since beginning we observe, so at 0 minute there is a pupil size, there is a corneal reflex. After 15 minutes again a corneal reflex, and at 30 minutes there is a corneal reflex. So with the mydriatic, corneal reflex is remain as it is. But what about the light reflex? After installation of drug at 0 minute we could see there is a positive light reflex. But after 15 minutes it get lost. Now this is a negative. In 30 minutes again it is get lost, it is a negative. So what we can say that these are the drugs which are called as a mydriatic, increases the pupil size. So due to increase in a pupil size, its light reflexes get lost. So these are the mydriatic drugs. So we can conclude like this, that there is a loss of light reflex. So we can say that, so parasympathetic shows constriction of pupil, that we call as meiosis, meiotic in action, while sympathetics are in anticholinergic, or they are adrenergic in action. They shows mydriasis in action. So we can say like this. So sympathetics are mydriasis and parasympathetics are meiotic in action. So cyclopentolate and pilocarpine, that these are the two examples that we could have seen in this experiment. The next one is an observation table. So in your observation table we have to enter the name. You might see that there are different names are here in the slides, and in your manual little bit some different names are here, like I could see you. So here, so it's an homotropin. This is an experiment. Here we are conducting two experiments, experiment 14 and experiment 15. These two both experiments we are conducting here. So this is the experiment number 13. Sorry, 14. This is experiment number 14, which is nothing but to see the effect of drug, effect of mydriatics on rabbit cornea. So instead of here homotropin, we can add here is a pilocarpine in observation table, and we need to write this is a pilocarpine, and we need to write this observation table. Complete this observation table. Here 0, 10, 20, 30, like the timing is there. So as for that, here we can see in observation table we can add 0, 15 and 30. So we just need to change this and try to add this information. So like this 0, 15 and 30. So as for that, you just put the information for the mydriatics, and same again with meiotics. Next statement, X number 15 is a drug acting on meiotics. So in meiotics, we can add in observation table, we can add it like this. Yes, here. So here in exam number 15, here in exam number 15, we can see here in exam number 15, we can see this is a observation table. In this observation table again, so instead of physostigmine, we could add cyclopentolate. We could add a cyclopentolate. No. So again with this meiotics, in mydriatics and meiotic, you could add this information. So instead of physostigmine, you could put here is an pilocarpine, and with mydriasis as an cyclopentolate. So with the help of this, you can add this observation table. In conclusion, the normal pupil size is here. This normal pupil size is 5 mm. So after installation of the drug, the pupil size is, after installation of drug, pupil size is, the maximum pupil size of drug is, just wait a moment, S is an exponent number, meiotics. So here instead of using the word maximum, here we could use our minimum pupil size. So after installation of drug, the minimum pupil size is 3 mm. Minimum pupil size is 3 mm. The onset of action after this, that is nothing but 15 minutes. It started from 5 to 4, it started after 15 minutes. So the onset of action is 15 minutes. The duration of action is from 0 to 30. So it's near about 30 minutes duration of action is there. So what we can say physostigmine, or here we can use the word pilocarpine, is a mydriatic or meiotic. It's a meiotic action. In the same manner, X number 14, we could use the same observation table. Likewise, here is an X number 14 observation table. In that observation table, you could put 0, 15 and 30 minutes. Again, instead of homotropin, you can add as a cyclopentolate. Pupil size is 6, 7 and 9. Again, the pupil size is 6 mm. After installation of drug, the maximum, here we can say the maximum pupil size is 9 mm. The onset of action is 15, duration of action is 13, and we can do it's a mydriatic in action. So this is what the observation table. So you can use this observation table. So with the help of this observation table, conclude your answer. And after that, whatever the questions are there, so try to write these all the questions by listening, because it's on a recording. So you could see the recording again and again, and you can find the answers. All these answers are there in a recording, so you could listen it again and again, and you are try to write all this information. So this is what we had seen. So what we have learned in this experiment, drugs affect radial and circular muscles. Drug affect radial and circular muscle of iris, and depending upon its muscle, on which muscle it does act, it produces mydriasis and meiosis in action. Depending upon which muscle is get involved, it produces mydriasis and meiosis effect. If it involves the circular muscle, then definitely it produces meiosis in action, and if it affect the radial muscle, it produces dilation of the pupil. Next one is drug contracts circulatory muscle fibers and increases lens diameter and produces the cycloplegia and photophobia, while mydriasis causes cycloplegia and produces photophobia, and meiosis produces paralysis of accommodation. So this is what the conclusion of our today's experiment. So try to complete this X number 14 and X number 15 so we could clear it out. If you have any doubt, any query, feel free to ask me and will inform you. I will try to inform you everything. Regarding the teacher allocated questions, I will post you in a group so you could collect it from a group and you try to write it in your manual. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, again I clear. If you have any doubt, try to ask, feel free. So I will try to clear it as much as. Thank you very much. Thanks.